Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Hope everybody enjoyed the live last night. I did. I'm going to tell you now, with this new administration in place, I'm probably going to have a lot to say over the next 4 years. So, for those, I hope people have a conscience about the decision they made and how that decision is going to have serious ramifications for a lot of other people. No matter how much you want to think that you're an island or what you do doesn't affect anybody else, we are all interconnected globally. What happens in Israel affects us in the United States. What's going on in Paris affects the people in Asia. Don't ever think that this is all about you and you're for and no more. We all affect each other whether we like it or not. So here we go.
Roles that inspect fraud, waste, and abuse.
This is the end of one story. I want the next one.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents are conducting operations nationwide targeting undocumented immigrants. As our Sherelle Hubbard reports, people are living in fear of being deported, and local governments are pushing back on raids.
On the current crisis.
As people across the country have been bracing for aggressive immigration policies promised by the new Trump administration,
we have to have legal immigration.
A Chicago elementary school was in the spotlight Friday.
We will not open our doors for ICE, and we are here to protect our children.
Chicago public school officials trying to reassure families that undocumented students are safe after officials say Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE agents, attempted to gain entry into an elementary school.
An elementary school.
ICE denies it was their agents. The Trump administration's new policy that allows ICE to enter schools and churches is drawing outrage.
I find that to be unconscionable and reprehensible.
Schools and churches.
And chaos that they are scaring families that are here legally.
The mayor of Newark, New Jersey, says his city was, quote, unlawfully terrorized by federal agents during a raid at a local business. Surveillance footage shows several federal agents around a New Jersey seafood distributor and putting at least one person in the back of a vehicle Thursday.
Obviously, some ICE agents raided a business in our city without a warrant. We believe that there were 3 people who they say were undocumented that they detained, but they also detained folks that were in fact citizens of this country.
Within hours of taking office, President Trump signed a slate of immigration executive orders, including one to try to end birthright citizenship. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Guys, we live in a democracy, as they tell us. I have my thoughts on that too. But we have an extremely large country. And everybody that's in this country, short of the Indians, Native Americans, and the other natives that were here in the United States before we got here, are immigrants. We don't own this country. We were immigrants that came in and took over someone else's country, literally. So for us to literally go to elementary school and churches and snatch people out to throw them out of the country is implorable. I'm not even going to say anything else because this is going to get worse before it gets better. I can only imagine being a person that came here and maybe they didn't come in the right way. Maybe they're still working on trying to get their citizenship. Maybe they just got here and the best they could do was get a job and be able to put a roof over their family's head. And do know, all the ones who are here illegal, they know it. And they've been under stress living here being an illegal, because it's not like you couldn't get deported before. Somebody could tell on you, you couldn't, and you could get in trouble. But now it's like a witch hunt. So here you've created a life here. And instead of making some type of path for them to be able to become citizens if they've been here for X amount of years and haven't gotten in any trouble, have had grown families here, you're now every day probably afraid to go outside, probably afraid that some of your neighbors or family or somebody who may be angry with you is going to report you and snatch your children up out of school and pack you guys up and send you on your way back to a place that your children has probably never seen before, don't know anything about, may not even speak the language well enough because they've been living here. Going back to neighborhoods that were horrendous, and that's why you ran in the first place. Guys, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I know. I'm starting out on a whole mess this morning, ain't I? It is freezing cold here in the South. I need it to stop. Can you Northerners please come and pick up your cold weather? Somehow it has gotten confused about which area and which direction it is supposed to go. I think it's a little lost. I'm trying to help it get back home. All right, let me get up out of here so I can go get my hair braided. I don't know, I might come live tonight, y'all. Let's check it out and see. Talk to you later. Happy Saturday.